Bienvenidos a la catedral de las mejores batallas del Nexo. ¡Vámonos! El terrorífico, el chamuco, Diablo. El jefe, la parca lunara. La pantera Sonia. Estos luchadores se dieron con todo.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to game number 1 between ReGen Rebel and 30 Seconds to Mosh. We are going to go ahead and, oh my gosh, I did not actually press the button. Go me. Amazing button pressing ability. Boom. There we go. I'm incredible. We did go ahead and have bands come out. We are going to have Volskaya Foundry and Sky Temple banned out by ReGen Rebel. 30 Seconds to Mosh, get rid of Braxis because they hate me. And also Tomb of the Spider Queen. We're going to Battlefield of Eternity, and they are already in the draft. Let's get in there. Hello. So, something I should say, you may have noticed from the very brief intro, we actually had sounds, but the intro was the Nexomania intro because we are doubling up tonight. This is both the Nexomania final match and also the first match of NGS Season 12. It just so happened that ReGen Rebel and 36 and Mosh were paired up in Nexomania, and they said, you know what? We have to play each other in both tournaments. Let's just, stick them together. And that's what they're doing. You may ask yourself, Raka, how does that actually work? Because the rules are different. Well, then obviously we just go with the most restrictive rule set. So we end up actually having map bans, even though Nexo doesn't, because NGS does. So hopefully that makes sense to everyone. For the most part, it'll be a normal experience. We do have Hanzo being banned out of here. Do not want those arrows bouncing around everywhere and just peppering that poor Immortal. Immortal likes to be alive. Immortal wants to live! Alright, let me go and get ready for this. We also do have May taken out of there. Taco does not get to be May. He may want to be May, but he does not get to. That's not how this is going to work. Also, hello everyone, I'm Raka. I bet you figured that out because you guys are smart and intelligent people. Yes, smart and intelligent, that's not redundant at all. I don't know what you're talking about. As I say a lot, I am Raka. I am your favorite sun avoidant caster. I really kind of feel like my voice should be a little bit lower pitched because of how gothy I go, but it's not me. So we don't end up going for that. We do go ahead and have the bans on a little bit of tank choke coming out very early on. We do have Johanna being taken right out. So I do have to wonder if they're going to prioritize picking tanks because so many of them taken out. And we do have the Zagara. I was actually really wondering if we were going to have a Zagara in this game, but the answer is no. Captain No Fun, 36 and Mosh says no Zagara. Also Captain Smart Band, but you know what? Captain No Fun sounds better. So now I have the real... We do actually have Anaressa lucking that Vala. Interesting, that is not a hero I've seen her on, but Vala is so ridiculously overtuned still. I am not surprised she picked that up. Nothing against Anaressa at all, but Vala is kind of in a position where even if you're not good with her, she is strong enough to be viable, and if Anaressa is good with her, then all the better. I don't know, I haven't actually played with Anaressa on Vala, I have no idea if she's good or not. They changed out who they had. Okay, who did they get rid of? Lynette is not on my roster? Let me switch that in there. So we'd have the Sonya on the Lynette. And then we did Born to Shine. They let Born to Shine have Brightwing. That is a terrible idea. Born to Shine is a terror on Brightwing. We do go ahead and have Chromie being picked up by Postman Pratt, and Taco does go ahead and prioritize the Diablo before even more tanks get to be taken out. Oh, I'm sorry, it's the Dibbles. We have to call them by the right name. Alright, They do not go for the tank choke. Obviously, I don't know why I'm announcing that like it's surprising. Of course they didn't. The Taco took a tank. Why would you choke the tanks out now? They do go ahead and get rid of the sleepy roots. They say no. We want to make sure that our team can still move around. We've got to deal with slowing sands. Slowing sands plus roots is just awful because you can't actually get out of them. All right. Now, will we see the tank ban here? We do. Murden gets taken out. So some tank that is not Diablo, Joanna, May, or Murden is going to have to be picked up. That means Stitches is still available. Stitches is a possibility. Possibly a Mal'Ganis. I might only be thinking of Mal'Ganis because of the Nexomania introduction. Does not really feel like an Arthas game. Arthas is a very, very specific tank. There's just not enough auto attack. Oh, I did not even consider the variant. I should have. We do have Farfanugan going ahead and coming in on that variant. And then Sub-Zero does go the Diablo Bane himself, the Tychus. Now this might be the bigger they are game, because being able to shred through that Diablo very, very, very quickly, get him down to about 20%. 20% Diablo has a lot of health, but could still just be like sniped right out of there. Meow Meow Cat's plays to win. That's actually, oh, never mind. Lynette did take Sonya. I was like, Meow Meow is such a Sonya main, but of course Sonya was taken. I'm smart. And then we do have the Stukov being taken by Veli. She took Stuk. We do go out of Captain being the last one to lock in. Does still have his mages, and just about all the mages are available. Only one that's picked up is Chromie. Are we going to see the Orphea or Li Ming? I know Captain really likes both of them. Nope, not either of the ones I guessed, but Captain kind of plays all the mages from what I remember. I used to be in Division E, so I've scouted out like all of these players. So let me go ahead and start the bet so you guys with gambling addictions can be enabled, because I'm just that nice a person. Boom, there we go. And with that said, looking at the actual comps, I do think I slightly like ReGen Rebel. I do think that the slowing sands are just going to do work, because there's not a lot of movement enhancing abilities on the other side other than leap. But let's get into the game. Get ready for it. You know I am. And it looks like the intro was not quite long enough. Okay, looks like we're loading in. So almost very close to long enough. With that said, we do go ahead and have the blue team zoning in here over on the left-hand side of the map. I know my directions. Don't judge me. So coming on the left side of the map, we do have ReGen Rebels, the Regency of Rebellion. They are represented by Taco playing that Diablo, Postman Pratt over on the Chromie, Veli Ravia on the Stukov, and Aressa playing that Vala, and then Diva up in the top lane being played by Meow Meow Cats. On the other side, we do go ahead and have 30 seconds to Mosh, the Monarchy of Mayhem. Farfanugan is playing that Varian. Captain is coming in on the Jaina. Born to Shine coming in on Brightwing. Sub-Zero playing that Tychus, and Sonya being played by Lynette up in the top. So both teams looking like they're being a little bit respectful of each other, and neither team really moving out. We do have the time trap hanging out here in the top bush. We'll have to see if that comes into play. Well, these guys are playing very, very, very respectfully. Not so much the case up top. Meow Meow Cats is immediately getting into it with Lanad. We do have Anarasa going for Puncturing Arrow at level 1. And then, of course, the Fingers of Frost coming out of the Jaina. Going back and forth for right now. It is interesting just how, I mean, I get it from the side of 30 seconds to Mosh. Varian is a big minion till level 4, so they really don't want to engage just now. Tychus is moving up here. A bit surprising because Diva is not necessarily someone that you can pick off. Oh, okay, Tychus is actually going up to the camp. That makes more sense. I even announced it, Yotaro. You have no excuse. So the real question is, will ReGen Rebel realize there's only 3 of them down here and go down to take their camp? So far they have not. But Taco is mounting up. I think they're starting to suspect for it. So yep, we do have them starting to move in right now. We are currently up to 21 souls with the Black Soul Stone. Puncturing Arrow up to 3 stacks, and then also 3 stacks on Fingers of Frost. Surprisingly, 0 on Frostbite. They've been very, very good at keeping out of Jaina's range. Alright. Go ahead and have the mercenary camps moving. Both teams at about the same time are trying to move up to the shaman camps, but there was a very, very, very small experience advantage over the side of 30 seconds to Mosh. So we'll have to see if that comes into play later. It does look like the shaman camp is going to be cleared a little bit faster on the side of 30 seconds, but they may end up having to just wait to cap it. That is indeed what happens, because you kind of want to wait until about 22 seconds, 21 seconds. This one is picked up earlier than the other one, because if you can possibly do it, you want to make them actually leave the lane to go deal with it. They waited a very long time, actually. Alright, we do go and have... Right now, it does look like 30 seconds, or ReGen Rebels are in a better position to start moving in on this. And of course, they do have Anaressa. Although Anaressa did not take, I don't believe that Puncturing Arrow actually does additional damage to monsters. I think Vala still has an ability like that, but it does not matter. They still win the halftime race very, very, very handedly. So they do go into assault positions. This should very, very, very heavily favor ReGen Rebel because they did win the halftime so hard. And there we do have Belial goes down, and we are going to have Ilaren. I always blank on the angel's name. I'm just more demonish in my demeanor, so I know Belith a lot better. Belith and I are like this. I totally just did the hand gesture where you're like half crossing your fingers, but it didn't actually make a difference because you guys can't see it. And I want to get these out of here real quick. 1 second. Did not notice them for a second, but then I did. So we do have the front wall being taken out by Bellis. So I do have a random question for you guys. I noticed that recently when I was actually playing this map, one of the things that Belith will say after like his thing finishes up, he'll be like, "The angel could not stop me. None of you can." Oh, never mind. Actually, I'm trying to make a joke, and Diablo is dying. We do have first blood going over to the side of 30 seconds to Mosh. Also, just so you guys know, that really hurt my throat. I should not do Belith impressions. Oh my gosh. But what I was actually getting at, what I was actually saying with that, is the fact that Diablo is in the game and he's like the prime evil. I'm pretty sure Diablo can stop him. We do have Meow Meow Cats down at the bottom. Or not Meow Meow Cats. So used to Sonya being Meow Meow. We do have Lanad down at the bottom going ahead and picking up this mercenary camp. Meow Meow Cats is moving in. Does get in here in time. Does also have Bomb, is going to blow it real quick. However, here comes the Brightwing. This is going to spell bad, bad, bad things for Meow Meow. Meow Meow does go down. However, here comes the rest of the team. Born to Shine is in a bad way. Just go ahead and get flipped right into it. We have a 1-for-1, and the mercenary camp is picked up on the side of ReGen Rebel. Momster, for a split second, I did not actually see that was you, and I'm like, oh my god, I just saw that too? But then oh wait, we saw it in the same place? Never mind. There is a taunt coming out. Diablo Taco is going to get put into his own fajitas for a second. I don't know if that makes sense, but I said it. Oh, Sub-Zero almost gets hit by like diving sand, but does manage to get behind the moonwell, or behind the wall, touches the moonwell. Meanwhile, we do have Sonya just working away at Ilarion. Now keep in mind, last time, ReGen Rebel was actually there early. This time they are not, so halftime is won on the side of 30 Seconds to Mosh. So because of this, and because of the fact that we're winning, they do send Anaressa up top in order to work on Belith, while the rest of the team comes down here to defend. We do have the Water Elemental very, very, very caught in the slowing sands. Taco is once again looking extremely low. Does have to move back. That Tychus is just doing work on the poor demon. That's something I never thought I would say, the poor demon. However, Lenard is being a Sonya. And we do go ahead and have, once again, the forces of righteousness have prevailed. They also do have the Shaman camp moving through. Managed to get on that before they actually won the objective. So they will have Shamans backing them up. Here comes everyone. Taco is not quite dead. Is moving through, but does not have their healer with them because Stukov was taken out. Stukov is on the way. Stukov is on the way. Bet you guys didn't know you're getting serenaded as well, but you are. Oh, here comes the flip around into the slowing sands. However, slowing sands end up not actually affecting too much. And we do have Anaressa getting picked off there. Captain getting very low, does have to fall back, but it is a 3 versus 4, and that is going to be a successful defense. However, keep in mind the 36 of Mosh have lost the first 2 objectives. They've lost their front wall on top and bottom, whereas the wall does stand in both. Okay, the wall itself is gone, but the towers are still up. And once again, are we going to have a repeat? It does not look like it, at least not yet. The team of ReGen Rebel is not moving up here, and this will actually be picked up by Lenard. Shamans are moving along the top lane. Pat goes ahead and checks down below. Now this is a bit dangerous. It actually looks like Sonya is on her way down, so they're looking for an engage here. There is the slowing sands, trying to keep everyone in place. Captain getting very, very low. Captain just going to get taken out, and Arista goes ahead and picks that off. Farfanugan is right in the middle of the sands, is trying to, Brightwing's trying to go in there and help this, but Sonya has arrived, so this is a uneven engagement. However, it doesn't actually matter. It's uneven because Sonya just gets killed. Now it's uneven the other way because there's still 4 members of ReGen up, and Devo was just left up top to soak. We have Spear Camp starting to move forward. Diva goes ahead and clears this out with no issue because there's no one there to stop her. And we do have the Immortals in position. Sonya is just now coming back. This is going to give ReGen Rebel a little bit of an advantage trying to come into this. Halftime show is won on the side of ReGen Rebels. There comes the Apocalypse. Apocalypse actually does go ahead and catch the variant. There is Explosion going in the backline. Explosion goes in and catches Sub-Zero. They're starting to move in. Sub-Zero is stuck in the middle of the lanes, but they do go ahead and actually take out the Diva before the Diva can get back. We do have Anaressa does pick off the variant. Diablo goes in. Diablo does a flip-de-doo, and there is a kill on Sonya. It almost looks like the Belial killed it, but that is not quite. It is a 4-for-1 in favor of ReGen Rebels. And for the 3rd time this game, it looks like we're going to have Ilarion moving down one of the lanes. Looks like top lane? Yep, go me. I was not sure. Look at him in all of his majesty. Okay, he flew faster than I did. Obviously cheating. He is in range mode. This was almost a full shielded immortal because of just how aggressively that engagement was taken. And Sub-Zero is actually slowed down. Does manage to get out, but unfortunately Farfanugan does go in and get hit. There is a silence down. And that slowing stance is going to make it very, very, very hard for 30 seconds to Mosh to actually move out of the area. So we have a Linad moving in there, trying to do a little bit of damage, but they already are through the wall, and the shields are not even gone yet. As I say that, the shields do explode. There is a great apocalypse coming out of Taco. Taco catches a lot of people, but we do have Anaressa being taken out, unfortunately. Stukov also dies. This is good. The turnaround is starting. A lot of very, very healthy people. We do have Sub-Zero just tickling at this Taco. That's a sentence I never thought I would say. Bailing out, Diva is the sole survivor. That may have been a bit on the greedy end. Does end up getting I think if she had just run, she would have made it, but she stopped the triple attack, and that just let the Tigers catch up with her. Sub-Zero goes in and pops Odin and says, you know what, everyone is dead except for this Diablo, and Farfanugan may actually, no, Farfanugan does manage to get out. Taco has to fall back. Does not have a lot of souls, and by not a lot, I mean 6. So we do have a 30-second to Mosh fort going down. However, keep in mind, both forts on their own side have already fallen. I've got to say, fantastic job on the side of ReGen Rebel. We are less than halfway finished with Frostbite, and that is not anything against the captain. That is not captain doing a bad job. That is excellent attention being paid by ReGen Rebel, and just not allowing themselves to stay in areas where that will stack. Looking at things as we go across. I haven't actually talked about the level 10s yet. It's level 16. I am a super pro caster. We do have Apocalypse. I think everyone that is watching this knew that Apocalypse was picked up. It's been used so many times. We do also have the Rain of Vengeance, Flowing Sands, Micro Missiles, and Massive Shove. Blink Heal, Water Ellie, Commandeer Odin, Wrath of Berserker, and Warbringer being picked up on the other side. Break on through to... Oh, actually, wow. Unfortunately, the Vala just goes immediately down. Alright, that is going to trigger a retreat, but currently it does look like that 30 seconds to Mosh are going to have the advantage on this because Anaressa is not back for another 14 seconds, and they're making an interesting rotation. They're trying to get this Diva. We're not quite able to do it, unfortunately. And here is an engagement. Farfanugan right at the edge of Slowing Sands, going to be flipped into it. A lot of damage coming in, but it does look like he is able to sleep out. However, Sub-Zero also goes ahead and gets pushed out. Actually surviving for right now, but we'll see how long that lasts. They are fighting next to the Immortal. There is a Polymorph, but unfortunately Polymorph doesn't keep with the bomb. Bomb actually catches Lanada and Board to Shine very, very slightly. So it is still, everyone is up. No one actually went down in that, although it really looked like Sub-Zero was about to. I've got to say, the Taco flip into Slowing Sands is perfect. They've executed several times, and it's a very, very, very effective. In Game 2, I definitely expect one half of that to be taken out. Great Polymorph in order to actually stop the combo right after I talked about it. There is a stun coming out of Anaressa. Yamaka's dives in there. Sub-Zero does pull out the Odin. Yamaka's may be in trouble, and indeed does go ahead and get Flip-de-Doo out. They just want to trigger a retreat on the side of ReGen Rebel as they start moving across the battlefield. Sub-Zero still has the Odin, but it disappears right as I say that. I was just thinking it's been out for a while. I bet it's just about done. But this is going to be the first time this game that it looks like we're going to have Belith out large and in charge on the battlefield. Because they still have another 20 seconds till Diva. That's going to make it very, very difficult for them to move in. But you know what? They don't really care. It looks like they are positioning themselves to move in. Farfanugan is aware that they're there. There is the nice APOC and a 3-person stun coming out of Anarasa. Farfanugan is stunned, very, very, very low. Does go ahead and is stopped at the moment. Actually survive somehow with 70 health? We're this is going to happen, and there's going to be a lot of damage, but I want to see what the heck just happened. So we did have this great engagement going in. There was a 3-person into another stun, catching everyone. Very, very low health bars. Varian got time stopped right as the ice came down, managed to get out of there, and then we had Diablo getting taken out at the top, moving down, just death on death on death on death on death. So we do have the... It looks like we're going to actually go ahead and have everything being balanced out as the bottom keep goes down. Oh my gosh, so much damage going on to Diablo. Diablo just gets melted. Meow Meow Cats is not far behind. Just completely got caught in the wrong end of that. Was trying to body block, but ended up getting blocked out themselves. There's a massive shove coming out of Belravia. And Aressa is going to be taken out as well. This may actually be the end of the game. ReGen Rebel kind of had a dominant position for almost the entire game, but it looks like the entire game is not what's relevant. The last little bit is what's relevant, and here is Bella saying, you know what, I finally hit the battlefield, and I ended the battlefield in pure demon way. So, looking at the stats at the end of the game, in terms of healing, because I always talk about healers first, oh my gosh, Born to Shine went insane. So, I always make it a point to say that not all healers are built for pure healing. Just because one healer heals more than the other one doesn't mean that they, are better, but Born to Shine almost tripled the healing of Belravia. That is impressive. That is just, wow. Again, that is not saying Belravia did a bad job. Stukov is has a lot more utility than Brightwing can, but still, those numbers are just 1 second while I pull my jaw off the floor. Oh my god. In terms of damage, we do have Sonya leading the way, Lina just going ahead and putting on a clinic. Chromie comes in second, with Tychus coming in third. Kind of surprising Tychus is that low, and he's going into a Diablo, but you know what? That's where we are. And in terms of that ever-important experience, we do have Sonya coming out with 18,000, Tychus with 11,000, and Diva with 10. Great job from everyone involved. We'll be going into game number 2, but before we go there, let me go ahead and give you Addicted People your payout. So, a lot of people put money on 30 Seconds to Mosh. A lot of people were probably nervous that whole time, but as it turns out, 30 Seconds to Mosh did win. Enjoy Tom Hat's money. And I will see you in game number 2.
Bienvenidos a la catedral de las mejores batallas del Nexo. ¡Vámonos! El terrorífico, el chamuco, Diablo. El jefe, la parca, Lunara. La pantera, Sonia. Estos
Nexo Weight Championship? You better be! El Bandito Imperious! Gata de Batalla Lily! Mel Gaucho! Ganas!
¡Legendario! Bienvenidos a la catedral de las mejores batallas del Nexo.
Ding, ding, ding! The fun is on!
¡Épico!
What a takedown! Give it up for MC Tombstone! Rampage, alright! We got ourselves a winner! We're going to Nexomania, y'all!
Hello, hello, everyone. Hi, Zenad. I assume that you're actually Linad. Either that, or that's just the most amazing coincidence I've ever run into. Welcome to game number 2. I don't do it on camera very much. I have to be able to do like physical comedy as well. I don't know exactly if like holding up fingers counts as physical comedy, but you know what? Don't question it. We do go ahead and have the bands come out. It's always interesting to me whenever the first band takes some time. They do go ahead and get rid of the Lost Vikings, TLV. Because Lost Vikings is just cheating. You get 3 heroes for the price of 1. Eric, Olaf, and... oh my gosh, B-Bay would kill me. Baylog, there we go. Awesome, go me. I am super smart. We do go and have May coming in as the band on the other side. They said, now here's the thing though, I don't necessarily, actually May was banned last time, so I can't say how effective May was, but I kind of expect to see something very, very, very big out of both teams, because really ReGen Rebel kind of had control over it. They do ban off the Samuro, interesting. The other thing that kind of concerns me a little bit is they do have Dax in on the side of 30 Seconds to Mosh. And the reason that concerns me is that means they got rid of Lynad. And Lynad was their main damage dealer in the previous game. So, like, not to say anything is wrong with Dax, not to say someone else deserves to sit out, but that's just, it concerns me. My little statistician brain is having issues with that. And the Zagara, so they are going to potentially leave both Chromie and Diablo available. Obviously, we go ahead and have Interesting the Vala first thing once again. Once again! So that's always great for me. That means I don't have to change anything. I also really like the little like Santa elf skin on Vala. It's so cute. It makes me happy, don't judge. So will we see Diablo taken here? Not so far. Cassia does come down. Cassia kind of a counter to the... and yes, we do have Farfanugan taking the Diablo. Captain goes ahead. Captain leaving his mage roots and going to Cassia. Now, Cassia's kind of a mage. In certain builds. So, Taco, you don't get to flip people into Slowing Sands. What will you do? What will you do? Instead, they're going to pull people into roots. Got it? Got it? I understand now. So, we do go ahead and have the Johanna. For some reason, I want to say Johanna. Oh! And I realized that's stupid. That is not at all the Johanna sound. That's Sonia. I mean, hey, I am here for it. I'm also an offlaner, and I also like doing damage. So, after my own heart. Do go ahead and have the Brightwing be taken out. A great band there. Born to Shine is a terror on that Brightwing. I think a lot of the engagements actually got nullified by just amazingly timed and held polys. Not to say that Born to Shine is a slouch on other healers, but still that is by far her most famous one. So with that being taken care of, who will we actually see? Who are you going to grab, Born? Oh, actually, Born waits. We have Rexar being taken by Olympus. Now, Rexar is a fantastic, fantastic, fantastic character here. Also, Olympus is here. Did they replace? Was it they replace Sub-Zero? Did not notice that until just now when I went to put the pick in and the character wasn't in my thing. And we do have Tassadar coming out on the Dactadar. I'll keep an open mind, but I have to say, when I'm playing as Rexar and they pick Malthael against me, I do a little celebration. Malthael has a very hard time getting past Misha. My go-tos against Rexar are definitely Kira, Deathwing, and sometimes you can do it with Artanis or Anubarak. Or not Anubarak, Artanis or Alarak. And we do once again have that Chromie. Now, it's interesting that we got rid of, we went ahead and went from Variant and draw that for Diablo, but we still brought in a win, because we do have Anduin coming in. I do legitimately get Johanna and Cassia mixed up sometimes, because they just, I don't know what it is. Alright, here we go. Best friends versus big hugs. I guess that's what I'm going to call that. I guess I should actually also get into the game. So, if you have enjoyed watching, look at my face. I appreciate it, but I am going to go away now. And coming into the game, coming in on the blue side, we do have ReGen Rebels. Very, very dominant team in the previous game, but did end up kind of taking a costly couple of engagements at the end. Definitely trying to make sure that does not happen again. They are the generals of genocide. They are Taco playing the Johanna, Postman Pratt playing that Chromie, Veliravia is playing the Malfurion, and Aressa coming in on the Vala, and Meow Meow Cats playing that their Malthael. On the other side, 30 Seconds to Mosh, the Soldiers of Slaughter. I don't think I used that one last time. We have Farfanugan playing the Diablo, Dax playing that Mecha Tassadar online, Captain coming in on Cassia, Born to Shine coming in on the amazing Anduin, and up at the top we have Omnibus playing Rexar and Omnibus playing Misha. Go ahead and kill out that time tap. Very, very well seen. This time they can be a little bit more aggressive than we saw last game. Last game they really stayed back until level 4 because they knew they had a big minion. But Diablo is not a big minion. Diablo is a big terror. He's literally the lord of it. Dax is like, I'm not sure. I'm going to pull up some talents. Looks like the only questing talents we have are, of course, Thunderstroke and the Puncturing Arrow. Now here's the thing, Niambalcast can heal very well. It's going to be hard for Omnibus to actually get a kill, but played well, you just kind of sit there and pickle away at them, and it makes it almost impossible. But as I say that, Niambalcast is actually playing this very well. We do go ahead and have the Giants being taken by Captain Born to Shine on one side. Farfanugan does go ahead and screen. I had not noticed Taco wasn't playing until like literally this second. Alright, there we go ahead and have 30 Seconds to Mosh try to become a Dragon Knight, and indeed, we do have Dax the Dragon. Is moving down to the bottom lane right now. Wait, what? I'm stupid. Never mind. Taco is the Johanna. For some reason, I thought Taco. Don't mind me. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm like, Diablo's not being played by Taco, therefore Taco's not in the game. The doy. Oh, that was a very interesting move. We do have Johanna now in a great position to flank, but is not going to take it. Does move down below. Farfanugan, however, kind of like moved into completely the wrong area. Does get pulled out by the Anduin. Born to Shine goes ahead and secures that, but it does look like the ReGen Rebels are going to say, well, if you want to go ahead and put us in a position where we're fighting the camp, we'll go ahead and just pick that up. Double soaking is happening from Rexar and Malthael. Malthael is definitely better at it. Farfanugan does re-engage, does not really have time to heal yet. And it does look like First Blood does go with Diablo, but almost immediately we do have a trade out, and actually Adaressa also goes down, so that is a 2-for-1 in favor of 30 Seconds to Mosh. Mosh, Bagosh. We did go ahead and have Hunter Gatherer being picked up by the Rexar. Yamakat's trying to hold this back. We're going to have a hard time. Malthael is not known for his ability to 3 versus 1, although to be fair, no hero is known for their ability to 3 versus 1. And Aressa once again just being a hero. I feel like, yeah, I was gonna say, Aressa's gonna need help with that. She's not that good. On the other side, we do go to have Dax and Anduin taking out the opposing camp. Level 7 achieved for both teams. Taking fight being taken by Rexar. Rexar is one of my mains, so I'll keep an extra eye on that. Speaking of which, there goes the attack of the Meow Meow Cats. Just like Meow Meow's moving up. Meow Meow needs to be careful though. Omnibus and Dax are both here. This is not a fight they're going to win if they commit to it. But it looks like they're trying to get a dragon very, very quickly. Belly Ravia is staying on the point. They have it. Chromie is going to go, but Dax is going to be here for the interrupt. However, Dax may have to turn away from this. But down below, they do take this back. This is a 3 versus 3 down here. We do have the unstoppable Johanna moving into the area in order to stop that. The unstoppable is moving to stop. Yes, I said that. And Aressa, unfortunately, kind of got pushed to the wrong area, and he's going to go in and be taken out. Meow Meow Cats may go and get a turnaround on this. Postman Pratt does help out, and we do have a kill onto Rexar. And also Misha. Four-man on the Giants, and it looks like Taco may be in a lot of trouble. Does go ahead and pop the unstoppable. Iron Skin comes out. And Aressa is moving in, as is Postman Pratt. But they do go ahead and get this. They will take these out before any real damage is done to the fort. With that being taken care of, we do go ahead and have everyone moving down here. A nice four-man push coming into the bottom. Meanwhile, double soaking is once again being done by Meow Meow Cats. Postman Pratt is up here, not really helping with the defense. So we'll have to see what they do with that. Looks like he is moving down. Also, I do apologize. It is Postman Pratt. My tongue just cannot remember to actually say that. Would you go and have a light bomb? Ball lightning, unleash the boars. Never mind. I have to stop for a second. There comes the falling sword. Not combined with the. Well, of course it's not combined with the light bomb. They're on different teams. Raka? Are you feeling okay? Alright, Diablo does lose the souls, but they also do have Vala being taken out. But it is a 1-for-1, and it's kind of almost a better 1-for-1. But the Dragon Knight is picked up, moving into middle right now. Going to go ahead and just push this down. Meanwhile, down below continues to be nice zoning wall coming out of the Tassadar. The Sleepy Roots did save some people, but it looks like we are going to have Mothfury being taken out, and very possibly Taco as well. Born to Shine being focused by the tower, does have to fall back. But we do indeed have the Johanna being taken out. 2 forts down on the side of ReGen Rebel. Alright, so right now, definitely we do have a dominant position coming out of 30 seconds to Mosh. I never did the bet. I'm terrible. It's a little bit late. You know what? Actually, if people want to predict at this point, you can. That's very, very late, but I figure, you know what? If people, like, obviously it's a little bit of, you can kind of see who's winning, but I figure it's better than not doing it at all. And everyone has the same information to go off of. Plus, as we saw last time, there is always the possibility of a turnaround. So with that being done, we do go ahead and have a lot of damage going into. We've got kind of the trade-off of Omnibus trying to clear this out. Now, Meow Meow Cats is much better at clearing than Omnibus is. Rotation coming up. It looks like they are trying to get a pick onto Rexar. Misha's going to see this coming, though. And yeah, Rexar cleanly gets away.
There must always be a Dragon Knight, but will it be you?
It does look like, it's a little bit early, but it looks like ReGen Rebel is starting to move into the fist style. If you don't know what that is, that's when you get all 5 mirrors together because you need 5 fingers for a fist. Here comes Farfanugan from below. A lot of damage coming out of Meow Meow Cats. There is a full retreat coming out of the side of ReGen Rebel. Taco a little bit back behind, but Taco does definitely have more survivability. This is the big problem, though. They just don't have a good way of actually killing off the Diablo real fast. Malthael kind of helps with the engage, but the damage just doesn't come out quite fast enough because they don't have that Tychus like they did last time. So Malthael is moving down to the bottom lane in order to actually go ahead and pick up that bottom shrine. Meanwhile, the big fight is here. This is a 4 versus 5. Farfanugan moves in on Anaressa. They are very, very split fight. It looks like Dax is in trouble. Dax actually survives with 100 health. I actually really thought that Dax was dead there. I thought that Dax was dead to rights. Malthael is moving up around, trying to keep up with where this battle is going. They are considering an invasion right here. Farfanugan is running right into the issue, is kind of time trap, is trying to get out. There is another trap right there to keep him in place, and Farfanugan does just get taken right out. Does not have souls, is going to be down for a full 40 seconds. Taco is moving up. Malthael is trying to fight for this and is now going to be helped out. I'm going to go ahead and pick this up, but we do go ahead and have the 3-man moving up. They are going to try and get behind Taco. It looks like they will be successful. So Taco and Meow Meow go ahead and retreat back. We did go ahead and Falling Sword used defensively in order to make sure nothing happened. So with that being taken care of, we do go ahead and have a lot of damage coming in on these here catapults. These here catapults. Giants picked up with no real contestation. We do have Johanna a little bit out by herself, but no issue thus far. Just look like, now keep in mind Malthael is with them, so this is a 5 versus 4. They are moving in. The Diablo does get pulled out. A lot of damage coming out of that black hole. We do have Captain looking for a kill. Captain getting knocked down. Here comes a big falling sword. There is the last rice landing onto the Johanna. That is Cassia. I told you I get them confused. Farfanugan also getting very, very low. Rexar has joined the fight. This is a 5 versus 3 at this point. Misha getting very, very low. Misha does get taken out. That is a 2 1/4 kill to nothing in favor of ReGen. This is the turnaround that they may have been needing. We do go to have Malthael moving down. Malthael may be able to do this. Could probably use a little bit of help though. Alright, Meow Meow coming around for the flank. I don't know if they fully realized Meow Meow was there. Oh, that's a little bit unfortunate. I think if Meow Meow had actually body blocked, they would have done a lot more. But instead, they went ahead and did the immediate W in order to teleport behind. Diablo is just now respawning. We do have Anaressa taking the top area. Bottom is being held, but no one is middle to actually go ahead and get the Dragonite. It is like Tommy's moving that way right now. But unfortunately, Anaressa can't stay up here and fight against Rexar. Nice double stun. Oh, but we actually do have Chromie being taken out down below. There's an engagement. I don't know which engagement to watch. And it does look like we may have a Dragonite coming out on the side of 36 of Mosh. They are moving that way right now. NRS is trying to take this back. Omnibus is getting hit to about half, so this will actually stop it for now. But Diablo is moving up in order to try and get the flank on the Vala. And the flank is indeed had. And Arista could not quite get out of there, although it was very close. Malthiel goes ahead and gets the lower one. But they are just unfortunately staggering deaths. Chromie is 15 seconds from being back, and Arista is down for 44 seconds. And with that being taken care of, we do go and have Taco retreating back. They need to be very, very careful. It does look like Rexar said, I'm just going to take this out. I don't need the Dragon Knight. But that does mean their team is going to be 4v4 down below as Chromie does come back onto the field. Red team has indeed destroyed a fort. Oh, actually, that's a bit surprising. All right, Belly Radia moving it as well. They're going to double up on this Rexar. Rexar should be completely and beyond any possibility of death. Does go ahead and use the last rites. Although, actually, I think got up a little bit too fast. Nope, never mind. I wasn't sure if that counted because it did die within like 2 seconds of going off. But I think because it missed, that's actually kind of stopped from actually applying to anything. Level 20 is picked up on the inside of 30 seconds to Mosh. They are going to go and take Inner Fire, Kill Command, Lord of Terror. Kala's Gift, Kill Command, interesting. And Infinite Lightning. Zandaressa is down here cleaning this out, but the shrine is being taken by Farfanugan. That is going to cause a potential dragon turn-in. Johanna is already down here trying to take it back. And will do so successfully. So right now, we're just waiting for the big engage. Both teams now level 20. We do have Heaven's Fury, Farfight Quiver, Piercing Sands, Angel of Death, and Serenity. Here comes the rotation in. Farfanugan may have overextended. Here comes, it looks like the kill target is born to shine, but no one else was actually there. There's a nice double stun from the Anoressa as the Rain of Vengeance comes out. Captain being focused a little bit. We do go ahead and have Taco very, very deep, very, very low. Does go ahead and be the first one to be taken out. It does look like we got Anoressa being taken out second, but the Radia is running away from this Misha. Meow Cat is trying to stay up, but will not be able to. Just the sheer amount of just not being able to get kills. I mean, I don't know about, because they got 7 kills to 12, it just doesn't feel like it. Alright, and who have been taken care of? We have the dragon moving down from the upper lane. Dragon's team is already there, already busting down the wall. They do have 30 seconds. This may be the end of the game. At the very least, it is going to be the first keep. And yeah, they still have like 20 seconds before their full team is up against them. They're starting to scratch the paint. They're starting to take down the shield. And the shield is gone. The core is down to 90% for anyone even back. But we do start having people come in. Here comes the falling sword. Landing, getting a lot of stuff. It's going to be able to be repeated. And Aressa comes in. There is the light bomb. But unfortunately, it just does not matter. They focused the core and they got it. Game number 2 does go like game number 1. Over to 30 seconds to Mosh. Now, normally at this point we would stop and do an interview, but because this is also a Nexomania match, because they are kind of doubling up and doing both of it, there will be a game number 3, although in terms of the NGS, that is it. At this point for the game number 1 of the NGS series, 30 seconds to Mosh have won. But we're gonna keep watching all of it. Looking at these here stats. We are going to go have much, much closer in healing numbers. We do have Malfurion and Belly Radia coming back and redeeming themselves. Healing for 74,000 compared to Born to Shine 61,000. In terms of damage, we do have Anoressa leading the way with 50,000. Farfanugan and Captain coming in with 44 and 43,000 respectively. And then in terms of that ever important experience, we do have Meow Meow Cats leading the way with 18,000. Rexar and Tassar coming in second and third with 17 and 15. Here are the talents if you want to copy them, if you want to question them, if you want to laud them. Fairly standard. I don't usually see that level 20. Usually I see the Fury of Kalimdor. But other than that, this is very, very normal build for Rexar. Looking at Malfurion. Pale Horse, Die Alone. Interesting to go for the slow. Last Rites. Last Rites didn't really get the value we were hoping for. I think that I only saw one Last Rites over the course of the game. Soul Siphon, Memento Mori. Interesting. Definitely don't see that, but 16 is kind of up in the air. And then did take Angel of Death. Alright, and with that being done, we'll go ahead and once again be back in just a second for game number 3. Look forward to it.
Bienvenidos a la catedral de las mejores batallas del Nexo. ¡Vámonos! El terrorífico, el chamuco, Diablo. El jefe, Terror. La parca, Lunara. La pantera, Soria. Estos luchadores se dieron con todo. ¡Épico! ¡No! ¡Ese luchador está fuera! ¡Qué brutal guillotina! ¡La multitud quiere más! ¡Uy! ¡Mira nada más! Cuando el referee no veía. ¡Increíble! ¡Los rudos están en la lona! ¡Legendario!
Are you ready for the Inter-Multiversal Nexo Weight Championship? You better be! El Bandito Imperious! Gata de Batalla Libre! Malgocho! Ganas!
¡Legendario! Bienvenidos a la catedral de las mejores batallas del Nexo.
Ding, ding, ding! The fun is on!
¡Épico!
What a takedown! Give it up for MC Tombstone! Rampage, alright! We got ourselves a winner! We're going to Nexomania, y'all!
Hello, hello everyone. Welcome to a kind of unusual game number 3 between ReGen Rebel and 30 Seconds to Mosh. If you just got here with Bankai's Rage, you might be looking at that and being like, well, wait, why is there a game 3? It says that 30 Seconds to Mosh won the first two. This is actually kind of a weird situation where we have, oh, actually, where is my... That should be displayed. Kind of a weird situation where this is both a NGS match and also the final match in the Nexomania tournament. And because it's both, we kind of use both rule sets. The map pool is the more restrictive, but in Nexomania, you play all 3 games, even if the first 2. Obviously, in terms of NGS, only the first 2 count, but we are now doing the 3rd game because it is a Nexomania competition, so more stuff to watch, more stuff to get excited about. We are going to Infernal Shrines. I apparently forgot to press update. Boop. This has been chosen by 30 Seconds to Mosh. First pick continues to be taken by ReGen Rebel. There we go. I remembered their name. So with that being taken care of, we are going to go ahead and start moving into the game momentarily, I believe. I believe I can fly. Looking at Infernal Shrines, what we kind of had, it was interesting, in game number 1, we did go ahead and have ReGen Rebel kind of dominated the game right up until the end, and then they just took a bad team fight and then staggered a bit, and the momentum shifted. 30 Seconds to Mosh just walked all the way to the core and took it down. The second game was the exact opposite, where 30 Seconds to Mosh just kind of controlled the pace of the game the entire time. And then now we're in game 3. So we'll have to see. This definitely could go either way. Don't get fooled by the fact that it's a 2-0 in one team's favor, because that does not mean a whole lot. Go ahead and pay that out before I forget. I don't want to be like Bankai. Called you out? So with that being said, guys, can we get to the lobby, please? Can we move forward? Everyone's in the game. I don't know why they're not starting. Oh, it looks like they're waiting on board. Born? Oh my god. Granted, I did come in a little bit early, but we did have a raid. I wanted to explain to people what was going on. So that's a little bit my fault, but also totally not my fault. So, you know what? At the end of the day, don't blame me. Blame somebody else, but not me. So one thing we can look at, looking at Infernal Shrines, this is a map where clear is important, but not necessarily wave clear, if that makes sense. Being able to take down the shrine minions very, very efficiently, while also being able to brawl, is important. So you don't necessarily have the same emphasis on just, like, get the lane shoved that you do on some of the other maps. I'm also just a little bit upset with Born over the fact that they banned Brax's holdout, so I'm just going to scoff at the fact we have to wait for her to come back. Just play without her, it's fine. Don't know what the hostile issue could be. Looking at last game, I think the biggest thing they need to do, I mean, Diablo has just been a terror both games he was allowed in. So either make sure you take the Diablo first thing if you are ReGen Rebel, or ban it out, because yeah, just so many engagements happen because of Diablo. Sorry for the kind of like stop. I really thought they'd be starting by now. I came in to be like, oh, I'm ready. I'll go ahead and talk about the map. Try and talk about what we saw. Talk about what's happening with the two with the third map going on, and then it's just they're gonna be so embarrassed whenever they watch this VOD later. They're like, oh my god. But you know what? They can deal with it. And they will. Taco asked if I was ready. I'm like, dude, boy, I said I was ready before you did. I've got the like Nexomania's theme like song stuck in my head. It's a problem. All right, here we go. Hello, everyone. Welcome again. Welcome for anyone that did come in with that raid. I appreciate you being here. My name is Raka. Thank you, Beavis. It's glad to be appreciated. Sniffle, sniffle. I'm kidding. Would you go out of the first... Oh, actually... Wait a second. First ban actually goes... I think they set up the lobby wrong and then changed it. I didn't notice. So it does look like this map was actually picked by ReGen Rebel. So I lied to you guys. I'm going to correct that right quick. Make sure I know that for the ending interview. Yep, you guys have to wait until after this game in order to get the interview. So, you know what? Just deal with it. I don't know what to tell you. May continues to be banned out first and foremost. I wonder if we'll still see the Zagara. To a certain extent, though, and to a certain argument, you don't actually need to change your ban strategy if you're winning. But yes, they do say, you know what? They have first pick. We do not risk them taking a Diablo. They are just as terrifying with it as we are, and they get to pick first. Oh, excuse me. Excusez-moi. That's French if you didn't know. I should do that. I should do an entire cast in my like Oklahoma accent. And yes, we do have the Cigars, the second band. So, second band coming from here. Are we going to see... Interesting, they do ban the Vala. And I'm saying the Vala both times. It has not really been contested. But is it just first pick that makes Vala that high a priority? Like, don't get me wrong. I know Vala is good. But still. Still a surprise. So Lynette is back in the game, is immediately taking Sonya. Says, you know what, this is my calling card. I don't play other heroes. I don't actually think that's true. Though, again, Meow Meow Cast does love that character. And so anything you can do to keep Meow Meow Cast from having it is just to your benefit. With that being said, we do go ahead and have the first and second pick coming on the side of ReGen Rebel. Taco going to stay with that Johanna, and Meow Meow actually taking a very, very early Diva. I guess if you've already got the offlane figured out. I will tell you though, I hate playing Diva into Sonya. So Meow Meow Cast apparently just does not play the same way I do. I know, it's weird. With that being said, we do go ahead and have Born. Okay. Born to Shine takes the Stukov, even though Brightwing is available. And we do have Mal'Ganis. I talked about Mal'Ganis in game 1. So I feel really good that got vindicated. Alright, so they've got their offlaner, so they're leaving both of their damage picks for the end. Want to be able to respond to whatever happens. Will we have the healer picked up and just one of the damage? Actually, I guess we have to do bans first. That makes sense. So they have to ban out a damage. Who are they going to consider the most dangerous? Interesting, it is the Jaina. I actually didn't think Jaina was that impactful. I thought that ReGen did a very good job staying out of Jaina's range, but I guess with the comp they have, with the fact they already have Johanna, means that they don't need to ban out the Cassia. They've already kind of got a counter on board, and Captain hasn't shown the other heroes, so I guess that makes sense. With that being taken care of, Malfurion is the ban out because Valiravia has not actually taken a healer yet. Brightwing's still on the table, as is Anduin, and indeed Valiravia does go and go for that Brightwing. Sephirothea does also come in here and moves over to the Orphea, the kind of close-range burst mage. For a split second, I was like, oh, Orphea's really good against Diva, and then I realized that that's the same team. Whoopsie! So does go for the Tychus. Tychus is an interesting pick going into Johanna, because Johanna can just blind him every time he tries to use his ability. But still, does definitely go through the health bars of Diva and Johanna very quickly, if allowed. And then Captain does stick with that. So I guess the idea here is just to say, hey, you can't blind us both, although actually you can, but they're probably not both using their abilities at the same time. Hi? Okay. Where were you the last 2 games? Super excited to see this. Oh my goodness. Maiev, let's go. Alright, with that being said, we're going to go ahead and get into game number 3. Again, this game does not count as far as NGS purposes, but it does count for the Nexomania competition. Let's do it. Let's see it. Let's... Yes! Alright, and with that being taken care of, we are moving into the game itself. It's not the blade itself, but it's a video game. Video game. Oh, actually, you know what? You know what? Great idea. Since this one actually does not count for NGS, we'll move over to the one that has the Nexomania icon. Wait, did they switch? Oh, interesting. Thank you for pointing that out. I completely missed it. All right. One second, I have to fix that. Okay, coming in on the blue side of the map, we do have the representatives of ReGen Rebel. I forgot, in this one I don't actually have that set up, so whoopsie. We do have Sephirolia playing the Orphea, Taco playing that Maiev, which is super interesting study. Miamekat's on the Diva, Veliravia on the Brightwing, and Anaressa playing that JoJo, going on a bizarre adventure. On the other side of the map, we do have a Lenad playing their signature Sonya. We're going to have Tychus coming in, or being played by Sub-Zero. Captain playing the Cassia, Farfanugan on the Mal'Ganis, Born to Shine playing the Stukov, playing Stuk. Best friends coming out. Let me tell you about my best friend. We do go and have level 1 taking the Bonds of Justice. I always like the Bond talent. We do have Laws of Hope being taken by Anaressa, and of course Thunderstroke. Farfanugan taking a good bit of damage. And not actually moving straight away, might be in trouble. Nope, does go ahead and use his little swipey swipes to get out of there. Hello, Postman Pat. I apologize in advance. I cannot remember your name as Postman. I keep saying Postman. And why am I lagging? Could we, not do that? Because I would love to not lag. I hope I'm not lagging the players. It's been very good up until now, but then all of a sudden it's just having problems. Oh, speaking of problems, Farfanugan does get polymorphed. Is going ahead and just getting knocked back. Maiev will not let them get away. Just go ahead and have to flick away. Not going to quite be taken out there. Interesting. I don't quite know what that means. If anyone in chat knows what being the spitter, then please let me know. It does look like we do have Anaressa and Sephirolia moving down here, but it looks like they're not going to contest this camp. Maiev is moving up in order to harass the Sonya. There's going to be a problem because Maiev is not actually as good against just one opponent. Why am I don't understand this lag spike I'm having every once in a while. Red Team does draw first blood. They actually went down to contest it. I kind of question that call because it was 3 versus 4. So that's kind of what happens when you fight 3 versus 4. Oh, you know what it actually might be? The reason that we're having so much lag is that we actually have so many different like observers in the game. I think that may actually what's causing it. Because I notice you have extra observers, it does make the game lag. Which, I mean, really, that's why you don't need an observer when you have an official caster. Just saying. We do have the groups moving up here in order to try and keep track of all of this. Yeah, Cat surprisingly went back. Did go ahead and go for the level 1 full metal. So yep, is going to have to heal up. But I'm a bit surprised they are abandoning this and moving up here already. Here comes Maiev and Brightwing coming in from below. We'll go ahead and see what they have to take care of. Taco moves in. Oh, there's a double sleep coming out of Farfanugan. So the shrine is up to about 16. My Cat's moving in there. Does have bomb ready. No, the game is lagging, and the game is on a different computer than the stream, so it really should have nothing to do with the stream. Here comes a lot, and it's not lagging very much, it's just like a little bit of choppiness here and there. We do have a kill into Farfanugan. Yeah, my Cat's is just about down. Does go ahead and pop that bomb. Now, I will be the first to admit, my good computer is in the shop right now, or more correctly, it's waiting until I get paid to get to the shop. Grumble. So part of it is that fault, but still, it didn't do that the previous two games. Previous two games were butter. Would you go ahead and also have Tychus being taken out, just about evening the kill count? Meow My Cats is getting very, very low. Just go ahead and zip on out of there. They do need another 9. They may just push in and try and get it. There's Stukov picking up another one. Yep, and Arisa jumps in and goes ahead and knocks out Stukov from that. Meow My Cat's trying to go ahead and just continues to kill the ones. We are up to 26 on the side of ReGen Rebel. Mortar Punisher is coming out. Yeah, I'm not really sure if I can do anything to, because it only happens every once in a while, but I will have it just kind of like hang up for like a half second. Mortar Punisher does get taken out. A little bit of damage is done to the actual fort. Double soaking happening on the side of Lenard. Moving down here, the rest of the team is moving in. Lenard is looking at this lower one. They might need to be a bit careful, but it does look like the call is going to be made for the casual comps on each side. They are not currently moving down, although Veli Ravia is thinking about it. Not going to quite get there in time. Oh, Veli Ravia is upset about that. Can dragons be upset? Is that a thing? Is that allowed? I do really like the change where you don't get experience for killing the mercenary camps if you're only for like capturing them, because it actually gives that a like point of existing. Alright, they are moving back and forth. Currently, Lenard is being left alone. Diva is moving up there to contest that. But again, I really hate Diva into Sonya from the Diva side. And that's why, like, Meow Meow Cat's just lost half of her health, and Lenard went down like 10%. It's just kind of ridiculous. However, down here, we've got a real fight going on. Level 10s are out for both teams. There's a polymorph, a lot of damage onto Farfanugan, but not enough, I don't think. They are onto Sub-Zero right now. Sub-Zero is going to go ahead and start pelting away. Great Orphea hit, landing onto a lot of people. Just going to double kill onto both of the DPS. Alright, with that being said, we do go ahead and have Farfanugan falling back to the other side. I actually thought NRS was body blocking, but she moved back, and he also moved away because I think he thought that NRS was body blocking. Very, 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 I wonder if he got pulled by Maev. He might have. Maev, great move by Taco. Goes ahead and teleports in, just preventing them from getting out. We are up to 5 kills to 3 in favor of ReGen Rebels. So with that being done, they're going ahead and putting pressure in. The Shrine is activating in 5 seconds. We are going to have ourselves a Frozen Punisher, or at the very least a Frozen Shrine. Alright, with that being said, we do have a full push in. We do have Mal'Ganis just now starting to come back. Tyka's coming down from below, but already we are up to 30 skeletal minions on the side of ReGen Rebels. There is a great stun. Oh, interesting, we have Bunny Hop coming out of the D.Va. I had not noticed that yet. And a great Devouring Maw. May not end up mattering though, as we do have both Maev and Orphea being taken out, but the Frozen Punisher is taken. The bomb goes ahead and gets the last couple of hits. They just won't be able to get as much done as they wanted to, but though that does go down, they may not have to completely abandon this. It is a 4 versus 3. My god, so much lag just popping up here. Alright, it does look like NRS and Valley Roivia have decided to go ahead and try and take this out. Sub-Zero does scout it. Alright, with that being said, but I'm actually really glad to see that, because if the other observers are not seeing these spikes, it means the players aren't, and it's just me. I am okay with a little bit of, like, suboptimal viewing experience as long as the integrity of the game is not affected. Oh, that's actually an idea. 1 second. I'm going to cheat. Let me see how well my fellow observers are at actually watching the game. This one's fired. Oh, this one is also fired. I was like, maybe one of them is actually like, I was wondering if I could like get onto Dax, and Dax would just be really good at it, and just kind of have this like super nice smooth pan going on. Granted, it would work better if I actually told Dax I was doing that. Here's Farfanugan. Farfanugan a little bit caught out. Sub-Zero trying to go ahead and screen them back with a minigun action. Lenata goes in and gets this. Miyamekatsu is nearby. And Aressa is also nearby. The rest of the team is in the area, but it does look like Sonya realizes they've all disappeared off the map and says, I'm going to go ahead and fall back. Great engagement. We do go ahead and have Stukov and Cassia both going down. That is exactly what they were looking for, the Warden's Cage into Orpheus' ult. Man, where was that in game 2? Oh, I don't need to. I was just playing around. I was just like, if I go ahead and leash myself to the other observers, can I just sort of like use them? So we do go and have the bottom one, because the nice thing is when you do this, you kind of get this like super awesome slow pan, except it's not really slow pan when the observer's doing that. Gosh, lack of official observing. Alright, with that being taken care of, we do go ahead and have everyone kind of moving on up. Taco is moving into the area. Although Dax, we totally should have done that if we knew you weren't playing and this was the like whatever game. I wish we had thought of it, but I don't have the ability to really set it up right now. There is the... I now see why the Bunny Hop was taken. Bunny Hop goes ahead and, when combined with the Warden's Cage, is going to just hold everyone in place. Would you go ahead and have a kill onto the other team? Or onto the Diva and also the Maiev? It does look like this Arcane Punisher is definitely going the side of 30 Seconds to Mosh. So with that being taken care of, it's going to go straight down mid lane. Keep in mind, though, the bottom lane is being pushed this entire time. There is a casual camp. Look at all this experience just hanging out on the ground. It does look like Linad's moving in to try and take care of that right quickly. I did not realize I was all the way out. I was like, why is everything so small? Alright, that Arcane Punisher is just flailing away at this keep. Does jump away in order to go ahead and land onto Anoressa. Anoressa survived, I don't know how, because again we had a little lag spike and I didn't see what was happening. Oh, this is awful. Alright, there is again the combo. That combo is just too good. It's just, there's not really counterplay to it, which is why it's amazing. Being able to Warden's Cage into the Eternal Feast. They can't leave and they can't stay. We do have a 2-for-0 kill in favor of ReGen Rebel. Legit, they should use that more often. Like, I really, other than Anduin pulling people out and maybe Stitches, I don't know what you do against it. Can Li Ming teleport out of it? I honestly don't know. Alright, a lot of damage onto Farfanugan. Farfanugan tries to get out, does go ahead, actually swipes, which may be, if he had put everyone to sleep on his way out, I think he may have made it. But the swipe ended up getting him caught in that swipe animation, and just the damage poured in. We do have 12 kills to 9 in favor of ReGen Rebels. Also, just on the cusp of level 20, they're about to land and get this taken out. So we do have the third, fourth game going down. This one in favor of ReGen Rebels. You know, up top, we're going to have a Mortar Shrine coming up in just a little bit. Bum, 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 just a little bit. Johanna hard counters what? The Maiev Orphea combo? I mean, that would explain why they took Johanna, but I don't really understand how. Alright, so we are down to 2 forts, down 2 forts apiece. Maybe Cass does have a bomb ready to go. Morales hard counters it, you do that, and the Morales just, okay, everyone into the ship! Let's go! Alright, here's everyone else. I like how Mia Cat's is like, no, I want this Moonwell. I think it would be interesting. I don't know if this is a good change or not, but I think it'd be super interesting if, like, they changed it so that... Oh, there's Farfanugan. More like Farfa Squishkin. However, Taco also does go back. There is a bomb coming out. Lina's not going to be able to survive this, but Sifrilla also goes down. So we do have a double Shaman Camp moving in top, but they did lose 2 people. However, it was a 2-for-1, so they are still in an advantageous position. And surprisingly, we do have Born to Shine and Captain up here. I don't think they expected this engage, and they're going to regret moving in because they are moving in. Captain taking a lot of damage. There is the swipe. Meow Meow Cats gets into a great position to body block. Flailing Swipe does come out. Here are the other members of 30 seconds to Mosh. I know the name of their team. Alright, a little bit of skeleton ponies are being picked up. One thing I discovered the other day, I felt super bad about it, but if Rexar utilizes his... Oh, great stun. There's the Eternal Feast. Eternal Feast getting a lot of hits. Unable to move. Farfanugan is just getting crumbled by this. Linot also taking a lot of damage. There is once again the Flaming Swipe. Flaming Swipe is coming out. Linot is trying to survive. We do have Stukov being killed somewhere. I don't even know where. Taco going ahead and getting knocked out. We do have the Mortar Punisher coming out in... Oh, that's unfortunate. And Orphea does get taken out. All right, nice move. But actually, it does look like 30 seconds to Mosh. So we know we're going to do that. We know we're going to defend behind the wall. We're just going to move into middle and push right through. Hello, Malby. This is the unusual game 3. As far as NGS is concerned, 30 seconds to Mosh has already actually won the official match, but Nexo always plays 3 games, so we're watching this. Although 30 seconds to Mosh is looking ready to try and push in. Although actually, as I say that, they retreat, so never mind me. I don't know what I'm talking about, but you know what? It's okay. I'm not required to know what I'm talking about. And with that, we do go in and have everyone going ahead and being taken out and taken away. They are moving up to this third camp. They need to be a little bit careful. Their opponents can move in against it at any point. So with that, the full 5-man fist is down here ready to push in. Orphea and Diva are on their way. Here's everyone moving on up. What did I just drop? I don't know. I'll find out later. Oh, it was my caller. Looks like we do go ahead and have 30 seconds to Mosh saying, you know what, we're going to go and take this. But never mind, here's the rest of the enemy team. They say, never mind, we don't care that much. Here comes Born to Shine. Everyone try and move up here and catch that Brightwing. Will not get it. Brightwing already teleported out. I love on the trailer, they're like, where did this person go? So both teams are level 20. Both teams have all of their talents. A slight experience advantage does exist on the side of ReGen Rebels. They are trying to move through and find out exactly what they can find out. One team fight will decide it for either side. The middle lane is pushing harder against ReGen Rebels. It looks like they are positioning themselves to actually move in with this camp. Farfanugan is moving up here, but the rest of the team has not come in yet. Here comes everyone else. As soon as they saw that push coming in, they said, okay, never mind. We have to defend this. So this is going to have ReGen Rebel move down across the map. They're going to go ahead and try and move to the shrine itself. With that being taken care of, they should get a early advantage. This is going to be another frozen shrine, and it is slightly advantageous for ReGen Rebel because that lane is already pushed pretty hard. Taco very, very deep. There is the Warden's Cage, caught several people. Oh, we do have... What just happened? I actually thought that was perfect and a lot of people were going down. We're going to look at that in just a second to find out what actually just occurred because I missed it. All right, let's look at that one more time. What? No? I pressed the... Okay, I guess we're not looking at it. Apparently the Nexomania one was never set up to do replays. Gosh darn it. My apologies, you guys. This is the problem when you have a different set of casting things for your different competitions. Alright, there comes the first Punisher over the wall. Now we do have we have the combo back online. The combo comes back online very, very quickly. So as they push in here, they need to be careful. Okay, there's the pull-in, and there is a lot of damage coming in. We do have a kill onto two of them. They're chasing down Lanat. Lanat is down to about 600 health. Farfanugan taking a lot of damage, but is kind of screening for the rest of the team. They are moving back, trying to go ahead and take this Punisher out. They do manage to save the keep, just barely. Keep is down to 487 health. Now the question is, what will they do? They still have another 30 seconds before their opponents can really meet them on the field of battle. And the answer is, I don't really know. I'm not sure what their plan is going to be. The Raven is going to bribe that camp. While everyone else does move in and just says, okay, let's take out this keep. Let's go ahead and try and balance somewhat. Then they'll probably have to go home because there are a lot of catapults moving in on the core right now. Alright, we do have Meow Cats already out, trying to deal with this. We'll go ahead and save it before any real core damage is done. Shields will regenerate over time, so no actual long-term damage done just yet. Meanwhile, up top, we do have more catapults building in. Probably need to be careful. This is scouted out. Meow Cats is on the scene. There is the bounciness. And yet there is a kill onto Mal'Ganis. This is taken on the side of ReGen Rebel. And for another 60 seconds, there is no tank on the field for 30 seconds to Mosh. Alright, it does look like they are continuing themselves with just getting all the mercenary camps right now. Not really sure I 100% agree. I do think they could actually move in and get some damage done to the top keep. They know their opponents don't really have any engage, aren't able to stand in the front line. But that's not the call they made, and we'll have to see whether it works out or not. So with that being taken care of, everyone is moving through the battlefield. None of the camps are up. 2 minutes on that one. All the other ones were taken very recently. Mal'Ganis is back alive. Shrine is coming online. That's going to be Arcane. Along the top lane. Roughly even for both sides. There is the Warden's Cage. Luna actually ends up getting bounced in, or pulled into the Warden's Cage. Takes a lot of damage. Taco does also go down. So, tank for not a tank. A tank for oftentimes a tank. They also did force out the Odin, although it looks like all of the ults have gone out except for... For some reason I thought it was except for Odin. I'm like, wait, Odin's right there. I guess it doesn't go on cooldown until the Odin breaks down. That makes sense. Flaming Swipe, and obviously Mal'Ganis' ult was not able to use because he just got popped almost immediately. Carrion Swarm, that's what his name is. So with that, we do go ahead and have the Arcane Punisher is started. Again, this is a... They do still have Anaressa as a tank. Their opponents don't have one. Not a great amount of damage from the Eternal Feast. But Cassie does get taken out, and Born to Shine is falling back. This looks like it's going to be an Arcane Punisher coming out on the side of ReGen Rebels. We'll have to see if they can actually get a lot of stuff done with it. Meanwhile, the bottom lane is continually pushing because that bottom fort is gone on the side of 30 Seconds to Mosh. And Sub-Zero, I don't know how you ended up here. Great job from Meow Meow Cats using that ult in order to make herself unstoppable so the Flaming Swipe would not be able to stop her. Oh, are they going for a base race? We do see Linod threatening it right here. D.Va is in the area. D.Va did go back. They are on core. Meow Meow Cats is trying to stop them. We do also have, it looks like several of them coming back, but not all of them coming back. Never mind, all of them are coming back. I did not think core died that fast, holy crap! Last time I looked, it still had shields? Wow! Okay, that happened. Let me go ahead and see if we can get a interview. Holy crap! I'm sorry for my lack of intelligent commentary right now. All right. Alright, while we wait to see if I am joined by anyone, we will go ahead and... No, we won't go over stats, because Blizzard did its fun thing where it's like, I don't believe the game has ended yet. I cannot load all of the data, so I guess we won't go over stats. But...
Hey!
Here's a tap. Hello? Wow,
Hi.
that was a game? That happened?
Yeah. Yeah, it sure did. It happened. Absolutely.
Okay, so first of all, the obvious gimme question I always start out with. How do you guys feel?
Obviously, we're feeling pretty good. Starting off NGS with a win and ending Nexomania with a win too. So it feels pretty good.
So it looked pretty good. Starting with game number one. Game number one was the one game of the series that really looked like it was not going in your favor. What did you guys kind of do? You'd have that power spike at the end and just be able to push it all back, or kind of what was your mindset going through that game?
We knew we had a little bit of a late game comp. Things kind of weren't going our way, but we just tried to keep our heads in the game. We backed off when we needed to back off. We were able to catch up, get ourselves back on track, and then just get right back into it and take the win.
Well, it certainly did. Obviously, for the most part, until you guys actually got to pick both Battlefield of Eternity and Dragonshire, are those just, and granted you don't have to answer this if you don't want to, are those maps that you just like, or was there some reason you thought you'd be extra effective against this team?
I mean, I hate Braxis, so I just don't ever want to play Braxis. That's my comment. My only comment.
Wow.
Sorry.
So this is why you're lucky you won't have to play my team, because I would find a way to like counterban Braxis. I'd bribe the rules committee to get a rule saying that we can use a ban to unban something. Moving forward to Dragonshire. Dragonshire was a much different game than the first one. I think that you got either every Dragonite or every Dragonite but one, and seemed just extremely well coordinated. What was your kind of strategy going into that in order to make sure that you had control of both lanes? Because that could be a very tricky map to coordinate.
Yeah, Dragonshire can definitely be tricky for sure. So, the trick is just to make sure that you're getting soak where you need to, you have vision where you need to. And, like you said, we were able, I think, to snag every DK but one. And that first one especially, like, I think it was Dax grabbed it mid and he was able to get that real quick for us and just kind of like set the tone, set the pace. We were all hyped and able to keep that momentum going.
It certainly seemed like it, and it was very surprising to see, because after game number one, I won't lie, I was like, okay, they managed to kind of pull a win in game number one, we'll have to see what happens now, and then game number two, it just looked like it was never in question, so well done.
Thank you.
Perhaps this is set out, I bet it's not. I also did, of course, notice that in Game 3, they kind of went for a little bit of a more combo-based comp, with the, obviously, Maev's, I don't know the names of her abilities, so I don't play Maev, but the spooky ghost ring, we'll call it that.
Yeah.
Sounds like a Leoric ability. There we go, Warden's Cage. Yeah. I even think I said it during the cast, and then I forgot about it. Warden Cage into Orphea, and kind of into Diva. What did you guys see that coming? And if so, what was your strategy to kind of get around it? Because you did seem to survive it more often than I thought you would.
Yeah, I mean, we were able, to kind of see the combo coming, like you said, and we definitely fell for it multiple times. It's a scary combo, and they chunked us really good, but we were able to try and call it later, like, hey, wait for it, bait it out, everybody spread. Don't clump up for it. We just tried to do our best to avoid it rather than fight into it.
All right, definitely. And there were times I definitely saw a whiff, and there were times I definitely saw it didn't. But then also, I guess, props to you, because when it didn't whiff, I still did not see as many people. I kind of was... There was one fight towards the end, I'm so mad I didn't get the replay, where they managed to get it down to like 3 people, and then you healed them through it, it turned around, and you wiped almost their whole team. And I'm like, I still don't know how that happened, but I'm pretty sure it's your fault, so good job.
Thanks. I'm really not sure either. I was sweating real bad after that last match. Their comp was scary, the combo was scary, so I mean, well played. We were sweating.
So, last question that I have for you. That's probably a lie, but what kind of prompted the base race call at the end that ended up working very well, although when they all teleported back, it just, your core damage is so much higher than I actually expected. So, but what kind of made you think that would be the play instead of trying to like fight them in the lane?
I mean, at that point, we were down to just the 3 of us, and they got the last objective, and someone was like, well, why don't we just base race? Why don't, it's going to take Immortal a little bit, not Immortal, Punisher a little while to get there. They still have to go through Keep. Just go for it. Why not? And we were kind of like, okay, like we don't have anything to lose really at this point. So we just went for it and just started hitting core, wailing away at it. And I tried to swipe them away as much as I could. So yeah, it was a last minute kind of like desperation call and ended up working out.
Well, it certainly did. It was funny when I was casting that, because I totally got in the mindset of, okay, this is 3 versus 5. They actually all came back, so let me go ahead and make this. And I was completely looking at the health, and then the game just sort of stopped, and I was like, oh, okay, the core is dead. But yeah, those are the questions I had for you. Let me go ahead and turn it over to you for the shout-outs I'm sure you want to give.
Yeah, first and foremost, shout out to my team. Congrats on the win, guys. You know, it's our first one of the NGS season, so y'all should be proud. Thanks to you, Raka, for casting us. It's always a pleasure to have your casts. And shout out to NGS and all the staff for putting this together. We appreciate it. Oh, and shout out to our coach, Scott, for telling us what we did wrong, always.
Will Scott be nice because they did very well today?
I'm sure he's going to have some opinions.
Coaches always do. But yeah, once again, congratulations. Very, very, very dominant series. Looking forward and also scared to see you in future weeks. Can't promise I'll cast them, but I'll try my best.
Thank you. We appreciate it, for sure.
All right, and have a good night. Don't do anything I wouldn't do.
Thanks. You have a good night, too.
All right, with that said, let me go ahead and get you over to someone else. It actually looks like this match ran almost a full 2 hours. Thankfully, I actually have another match in like 30 minutes, I believe. But in the meantime, I definitely cannot fill 30 minutes of airtime. That is beyond me. So let me go ahead and see where I can take you guys until then. It looks like Ice X should be just starting. So, yeah, we'll go ahead and head on over there.